Well, Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. And I wish I could make a positive video here on Christmas. I wish I didn't have to fill it up with negativity and angry words and angry emotions and, strong language and strong feelings like we usually do here on this channel. But I've got no choice. I have no choice in the matter. You see, WWE is getting into Christmas spirit, so they put out a bunch of holiday themed videos. They've got The Miz dressed up as, like, in the bunny pajamas from A Christmas Story, and, a couple other little Christmas themed things. And then I come across one video on there. They just had to do this because, you see, when WWE's got a good thing, they can't just have a good thing. They have to always compromise it. And if it's not in one way, it's another. They can never just go scot free and just leave well enough alone. The elf among men is what I'm getting at here. And this may be a few days late for my reaction, and I apologize for that for anybody who wanted to hear my reaction about this, but it's here now. So this video is beyond retarded. I mean, okay. So you could have picked anybody for this role. You could have picked any jobber. You could have picked Tony Nese. You could have picked Cedric Alexander. And so what do? They pick Braun Strowman, of all people, their most over wrestler, the guy who is probably the toughest guy on the roster, who looks the toughest. They spent over a year building this guy up, and they've compromised him here and there, but it's been small, tiny compromises, minor complaints really about him. He's one of the few good things you at least have going. And so then he decided to dress him up in an elf costume. How stupid can you possibly get? I mean, I really have to ask. Like, this time, it's not even a rhetorical question. I really need to ask, what was going through their heads? What were they thinking? How did they think that this was going to be perceived? And I gotta say, I'm a bit, disappointed in the YWC. 39,000 people thumbing up this video as opposed to 1,000 people disliking it. I thumbs down the video right away. I was like, you're going to send a message. So this is the reason why WWE puts out Mama Luke bullshit like this. It's exactly why we get this goofy, maloofy, PG crap. It's because people like you support it. You go over onto YouTube. Oh, it's funny. It's a parody of Elf with Will Ferrell. Except it's not Will Ferrell. It's not a good parody. Even if it didn't contain Braun Strowman, it wasn't funny. It was a bad parody. They put Drew Gulak in there acting as the boss. They try to reenact certain scenes, and it's an ultimate failure. And you're picking Braun Strowman and you're dressing him up in an elf costume, which is my main complaint. After making this guy look tough, they shave the sides of his head, they grow out his beard. You just imposing near 7-foot guy who's dominating everybody on the roster. He's decimating Kane, and then your idea to entertain people is to put this guy in a goofball costume. How did they? This is what I'm saying. It's like people probably won't even click on the video. That's probably why the video doesn't have as many views as they're shooting for. But I see some people are rallying against this. And I can't blame them because I think that this is beyond retardation to the maximum level. You want to have a guy be perceived like this, and I know that kayfabe is dead, and most people know that wrestling is not real, except for maybe Meltzer Magoo and Wade Keller and a couple of others. but you got to be honest here. It's like, even if there isn't kayfabe, why do you have to, make fools out of these people? We all know that social media has officially killed the kayfabe era. But that doesn't mean you have to parade these wrestlers out in ridiculous looking outfits so people could point and laugh at them. And the only people who are going to be laughing at this is the most retarded fans possible. I mean, it's like, I don't even see how the smarks could think this is funny. Yet people are thumbing up the video. Oh, good job, WWE. Good job for making a fool out of one of your top stars. Like I said, without a doubt, I watched the show. I see the most over guy in Braun Strowman, where the crowd agrees. Not only the marks, but the casual fans who tune in. I've never really heard anybody say a bad thing about Braun Strowman, which is unusual for a big guy like that. Usually the smarks would be all over him. They'd say, "Oh, he's too big. This is McMahon. He's obsessed with big guys." We'd usually hear those morons going on and on about that because a guy is tall in the WWE and we only want vanilla midgets. So now you get the one good tall guy that everybody can agree on, the probably since the Undertaker, maybe, and there you go. You're dressing him up like a fucking green nightmare. I've never seen them do something this stupid with somebody this over. I've seen them do shit like this all the time with the mid carders and the lower card guys. Do it with Heath Slater. Do it one of these more disposable talents where you don't have to really worry about compromising the guy's popularity and his coolness factor. There are very few guys on the roster that appear cool. And when you've got one, you better sure as hell try to preserve that coolness. And they completely killed it in one fall swoop right there. What, by making one ridiculous asinine video dressing the man up as a fucking elf. I mean, do they really think that people are going to get on their YouTube channel and really enjoy this? Like I said, you got some people who do, but those are just the morons. Those are the ones that applaud everything WWE does from week to week. If you enjoyed it, well, I have to really question your intelligence. Usually I don't do that. I usually say, hey, like what you're gonna like. I'm not a big fan of insulting other people's intelligence, but I'm saying, if you really found this entertaining, this type of thing, I really have to question you and your taste in things and your choices in life and shit like that. Anyway, I mean, this was probably one of the worst fucking ideas I've ever seen WWE do. I mean, at least it was on YouTube. A lot of people watch YouTube. I was gonna say, at least it wasn't on Raw or a pay-per-view or something big like that. Anyway, motherfuckers, I hope you all have a good Christmas, happy holidays, and all that good stuff. And it's been your YWC champ signing out.